And now we're going to send thanks to our Alex Fees. Right now, he is in St. Louis. He's going to continue to look at, he's in St. Charles County, and he's going to show you what you need to prepare for your potential flooding in your home. We've all dealt with some of this. Alex, what's going on this morning?
Hey, Gary, good morning. We are live this morning in Frontier Park here in St. Charles County. I'm standing in puddles in the parking lot at this hour. It's been raining for quite some time here. Gary, as you know, flash flooding can happen at any time without warning. That's why with that prolonged rain you're talking about in the forecast, being prepared is important. Now, the National Weather Service officials say it is important to take steps to prepare for a potential flood. Tips include prepare sandbags for your home, have a professional install check valves in plumbing to prevent rising waters from backing up into your electric circuit breakers. Make sure your sump pump is working, make sure you have a backup, and purchase flood insurance. That is not included with all types of homeowners insurance. Now, coming up at 5:30, I will tell you about the unique way that one community in St. Louis County, the unique steps that they have taken there in Brentwood to prevent a repeat of July, not last month, mind you, but July a year ago. Again, that community is Brentwood. Live this morning in St. Charles County, Alex Fees, 5 on your side. And we're going now to my colleague, Sydney Stallworth, who is on the road. Sydney, where are you now?
Thanks so much, Alex. You know, we are actually on 44 headed toward 50. Let me give you a look at our visibility right now. Quite a few lightning strikes as we're headed toward Union. So we're headed that way that Gary is saying that there's a potential flash flooding. And I can tell you our visibility is pretty low out of the windshield, and there are some slick spots on the road this morning. You should know one of the safest things you can really do is just stay off the roads altogether on a weather day like this, especially if you're driving at a time like right now. It's dark, it's hard to see potentially any flooding on the roadways, and it can turn dangerous very quickly. You know, half of all flood-related drownings happen when a car is driven into flood water, and a lot of people really underestimate the power of moving water. The National Weather Service has some tips on how to stay safe on a day like today with a flash flood risk. Remember, if you see barriers blocking a flooded road, never drive around. That road may have collapsed under that water. It just takes 12 inches of rushing water to carry away most cars and 2 feet to carry away trucks. And remember, don't walk through floodwaters either. After car drownings, that's the next most common cause of flood-related deaths. It only takes 6 inches of fast-moving water to knock you off your feet. Now, driving during a storm, especially in the dark, is something that I have experience doing, but it's also a danger I know about firsthand. During last year's historic rainfall and dangerous flash flooding on July 26th, I got caught in the flood waters while out covering the storm. Here's a look at what things look like inside the car, but I was with my fellow reporter Mercedes McKay when water swept our news car that day. Pattonville Fire Department happened to be driving by, and I took this quick video as firefighters pulled us from the news car. Thank you so much for all of our first responders and crews for all they did last year, but we also know that there's work to be done this year, especially ahead of today's storms. Here's another look at what we see out on Highway 50. Lots of lightning strikes, and we did check in with MoDOT actually, who told us that crews have been preparing for today's storm. They also say that roads and drainage areas tend to get overwhelmed when we have continuous rainfall like we are seeing. Now, they did also have a warning for drivers, so I'll have that for you in our next half hour. But now let's go in studio to Paul Cook so we can see what he's seeing on the roads. Hey, Paul.
Hello, Sydney. Great pictures there. So great you made it out of there all right last year, but it can happen so quickly when the rate of rainfall is just coming in. So I wanted to take a look at one of our MoDOT cameras, 270 in Clayton. Now, a lot of wet roads out there, as Gary was saying, and Sydney too. But look at this. You see the kind of trail after they're moving right on by, and that means it's falling pretty quickly and again could pond up. But right now we're not seeing major delays, just sensors ticking off here and there as people are slowing down, which is smart. Awareness is absolutely key. I did want to go out here a little bit further on 44 and show you we're moving pretty well here this morning. Obviously, we're going to be all over it all morning, and we'll have more traffic coming soon.